Everyone, I hope you're surviving. As promised, I'm going to do a little bit of education while we have this time free. So I thought I'd talk about vitamin A today because it's one of the most essential components to any skincare regimen. Vitamin A is the workhorse of your cosmeceutical ingredients list. It's so important. It is degraded on a daily basis by exposure to UV rays. So every day you must replenish it. And I'm going to start out by asking you, how many times a week do you use your vitamin A product? If it's anything less than 14 times a week, then you are not getting the most out of your vitamin A product. The next thing I'm going to ask you is, why are you only using your vitamin A product under 14 times per week? And if you tell me it's because it's irritating, if you are getting a retinoid type reaction where you're getting red, irritated, flaky skin, then you need to switch your type of vitamin A product. You basically are using the wrong type because some types are very irritating to the skin. A retinol type of vitamin A is an alcohol form. That OL tells you it's an alcohol. And alcohol, if you put it on your skin every day, pretty irritating. If you have Retin-A, the prescription brand, that's actually an acid form. Again, acid, pretty irritating to the skin. Not really a good idea, and you're not going to be able to do it for most people twice a day. Also, both of those, retinol and Retin-A, will sensitize you to the sun. So you're more likely to get that retinoid reaction as well as a sunburn and sun damage. So the way that vitamin A is stored in the skin is actually retinol palmitate. About 91% is stored as retinol palmitate. And then when it's needed, it will go forward and be converted through a few different pathways. It basically goes and becomes a retinol and then retinoic acid, which is the active form of vitamin A, but only about 3% is in the skin that way, and it is not stored that way. So if you put retinoic acid, which is basically Retin-A, on your skin, it will not be stored that way. You'll get a little bit of an effect from it, and you will get a lot of irritation from it, and then it will be gone, and it will not be there anymore. If you take a retinol, then it's still irritating, but it can actually go back and be stored in the retinol palmitate form. And that, again, when it's needed, will go the other way back to the active form, the retinoic acid. Does that make sense? One of my patients, you've probably noticed, or you are aware, that I carry the Environ line of skincare products. And that is essentially because of their amazing vitamin A system. So they have a couple different lines. They have the Skin Essential line, which you may know from the orange and white bottle, which is basically for kind of younger skin or people who have a lower budget, and people who have not had vitamin A in their skin before and are really maybe sensitive skin types. And you'll notice it says AVST Moisturizer 1. That's because you are going to go and advance through this very slowly from level 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. And this is all increasing levels of retinol palmitate. Again, the storage form, which is going to be much more compatible with your skin and cause a lot less irritation. You are able to use this twice a day, and it will be stored for later use when you need it, when your skin needs it. They also have the Youth Essential range, which is a little higher price and also has stronger, more potent ingredients and levels of vitamin A. And again, you advance from level 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 plus as your skin is ready for it. And this has, again, increasing levels of vitamin A in addition to vitamin C and peptides and vitamin E, other really important things for anti-aging. Then, after you've been on these products for a very long time, we will possibly add the retinol form. Again, this may not be a daily occurrence because this is the alcohol form, which is going to be more irritating. I hope this helps you understand why you may have had a bad experience with vitamin A products in the past and why there is a way to get them in effective dose range, and understand why you may have had irritation in the past and been unable to continue using vitamin A on a daily basis. And you'll understand what product you need to look for in order to use vitamin A successfully and get all the amazing benefits that vitamin A has for your skin. In the future days, I will talk about why you need vitamin A. So stay tuned. This is a good way to visualize the metabolic pathway of vitamin A inside a skin cell. So most vitamin A is stored as retinol palmitate, about 91%. And then when it's needed, it is converted to retinol and then converted to retinaldehyde, and that is converted to retinoic acid. And this is a step that cannot be reversed. Then the other direction, so you could go back and store from a retinaldehyde to a retinol, but this is fairly irritating, and the retinol is also fairly irritating. That's where you get, that's an alcohol base. The OL tells you it's alcohol, and alcohol in the skin can be very irritating, but it can go back and be stored as retinol palmitate. So the Environ products are all basically retinol palmitate, especially in the lower percentages, the lower sequence numbers. And then as your skin needs it, it will just go down this pathway and become retinoic acid, which is the active form. When people experience a retinoid reaction, it's usually because they actually have a very strong vitamin A deficiency and they can't use the vitamin A as it's presented to their skin in the high doses, and then it leads to redness and flaking and mild breakouts and very uncomfortable, irritated skin. So you basically have to back up and use your vitamin A less often, and you need to get a gentler form of vitamin A and work your way up very slowly, and then you'll be able to tolerate it that way.